Even the thought of it makes me want to boogie.
We've started 2026 with some drama-ish. I don't know if you've seen what's been going on with Sumeya and Alby. Friendship turned completely sour. There's plot twists and betrayals and like schemes apparently. Now the purpose of this video is not to pick any sides or bash any of the sides. Me as a watcher, independent and watching these things unfold before my very eyes, I am gooped. Also, as a law student, I'm very interested because Alby said he'd go to court. Sumeya suited up. She said, oh, let's go. I am gonna be neutral about what I'm gonna say about this. I'm just analyzing this through a legal lens. For context, Sumeya is an influencer. She came to Kenya, she's chilling and vibing here, amazing content. Alby is also an influencer, amazing content, big guy. So Alby introduces Sumeya to the Kenyan space. Along the way, the relationship turned rocky, and clearly they don't talk anymore. They don't talk anymore. I'm sorry, I had to. So then, an abaya seller approaches Sumeya, gifts her some abayas, but she had expectations that Sumeya would post these abayas as an influencer, and Sumeya is a pretty big deal, so that would be really good for her. This happened a year ago. I think this is very telling that we need to make things clear and set some standards of how influencer marketing works, because this is a mess. So the girl expects Sumeya to post, Sumeya doesn't post because according to Sumeya, this is a gift that she received and there was no express intention of post my stuff. Let's think about this through a contract law perspective. For there to be a valid, legally enforceable contract between two people, you have to have a few things. There has to be an offer made, an acceptance of the offer made, and some consideration. Consideration is something of value that the person gives so that the terms of the contract are enforceable. If you go to court with a legally enforceable contract, the court can compel the person who's not doing their part to do their part or compensate you for it. Influencer marketing does blur those lines. Sending a PR package without express terms is basically just a gift. Influencer is under no obligation to post it. Assume that through sending the product they were entitled to advertisement. No offer or acceptance, she just sent. A meeting of the minds, being on the same page, is very important. Assumptions don't make a contract, express terms do. It would be an entirely different story if the abaya company came to Sumeya and said, I am sending you these abayas, something of value, the consideration, if you post for me. And if Sumeya accepted that and said, okay, I am receiving this, I'm accepting this on the term that I will post, then that would be a valid contract. But I think it's very important that businesses learn this, and if you're dealing with PR packages, make sure that you set out clear terms and expectations of what you want, what's your goal you're achieving here. That's barely the tip of the iceberg. Apparently, allegedly, some abaya companies came forward to Sumeya and basically snitched on Alby that Alby approached them to do exactly this to tarnish Sumeya's name. His issue, they actually happen in real life, guys, damn. So Sumeya posted some screenshots exposing Alby for not only the abaya thing, but many other things. And now Alby is saying, I'm taking you to court. What also sparked my interest is, if Alby is to go to court, how would he approach court? Because for you to go to court, you need a cause of action. You need something grounded in the law to complain about. I'm thinking he'd take the defamation route. Defamation is making a false statement about someone that harms their reputation. For Alby to complain to court for defamation, the statements made must be keyword false. And the burden of proof is gonna be on Sumeya and the abaya companies who snitched on Alby to prove that these statements and these screenshots are true. There is a defense that the screenshots are AI. I don't know, if they do go to court, I'm very interested to see how it ends up and what the verdict will be. If the screenshots are going to be admissible evidence, how can we detect AI generated evidence? And maybe a bit more clarity on how influencer marketing works and the legal aspects of it and the enforceability. So yeah, it's super interesting and crazy.